Hello, my name is Danny Nolan and I'm the Director of ChassisSim Technologies. And welcome to this latest ChassisSim video tutorial. Now today, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a really interesting tutorial for you. And this tutorial is going to be ChassisSim Cloud versus ChassisSim on a PC. And yeah, this is going to be a great tutorial because it's going to give you a lot of food for thought. So without further ado, let's get stuck into it. Okay, so first things first, unless you've been living under a rock for the past couple of years, you would have heard an awful lot about cloud computing, you would have heard an awful lot about AI and how it's the dawning of the new age of Aquarius, and it's going to be world peace, etc., etc. Now, one of the untold stories of ChassisSim is that ChassisSim actually has been run in the cloud. In particular, it's been run both on the Azure platform and the Google Cloud platform. So we've done it, a number of our customers have done it, but the question needs to be asked is why haven't we released this? Because obviously we're acutely aware that a number of our contemporaries have had cloud-based offerings. So the reason we haven't released it yet, we're actually going to talk about the why of this through a case study that we're about to present to you. So buckle up, this is going to get interesting. So our case study is going to be the RML P39, that's the RML take of the Porsche 911 supercar at Eastern Creek. Now, we're going to go mano-a-mano on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to run 100 sims. We are going to be using exactly the same file. So what we're going to be using is the Cloud PC, or the cloud-based application, is going to be a Google Cloud Machine C4 running about 46 cores. The PC check is going to be my laptop. So it's an Asus ProArt P16 running about, I think, 9 inbuilt cores. There might be a few virtual CPU, a few cores that can call upon in turbo mode. And the reason I'm actually deliberately comparing a laptop to a top-of-the-range Google Cloud machine is going to become really apparent really fast. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, what I'm going to do here is I've got ChassisSim up, and I've already loaded in the car file for the P39, and I'm going to be running off the default Eastern Creek circuit. Now, here's where things are going to get interesting. So what I'm going to do is let's run the Google Cloud, let's run the cloud-based setup sweeping first. So what I've got here is I've got a little test app called Cloud Setup. I'm going to go click on Run Cloud Setup Sweep. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on my setup parameters. So what I'm going to do here, go down here. These are my 100 sim setup parameters. I'm going to go to my data file, load in my 100 sims, go to sim log file, and I will just call that sim log version 2. Now, another thing that I will double check as a safety is to make sure that the target directory is open. I talked about that in the ChassisSim version 347 tutorial. So, now that we've got that all loaded up, we are going to click the Go Baby Go button. Now, I'm not going to record the whole thing because this is probably going to take, this will take a bit of time. I'm just going to show you the highlights. So without further ado, let's get this process started. Okay, so it's starting up the virtual PC. And once it goes through that process of starting the virtual PC, it'll copy across the files. Okay, we're copying across the files, and we're about to start an RDP access, so we're just going to click on yes. So this is to take a little while to boot up. Okay, here we go. So we are now running the setup sweeping. Now, the reason that I selected a Google Cloud machine with 46 cores in it is to really leverage the whole parallel processing of the whole parallel processing that you've got inbuilt in the ChassisSim setup sweeping. The other thing that I've done on this machine, I've actually got a specialist version of ChassisSim that is designed to actually deliberately leverage this. So let me reiterate, I have given this machine every advantage to execute quickly. So let's let it do its thing. So as you can see here, it's running an awful lot of sims in parallel. And that's it leveraging all the cores. Okay, we'll just let it do its thing and we will see what happens. Okay, so it's the virtual PC is now shutting down and it's copying the files back. Let's see how long this takes. Okay, now it's going to shut down the virtual PC, so we'll give that a moment. Okay, so that's all done. All right, so we'll just get out of there. And what we'll do is we'll just go into that data folder, and there you go. There's all our simulations all done. Okay, now because we're going to do this again on my laptop, I'm just going to select all those and delete that. Okay, so now that's all deleted. So now we've got the reference of how long it took on the virtual PC. Let's see what it's going to do when we run it on the actual PC. Now, I want to make a very, very valid point here. We're doing this on a laptop. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'll go to the setup sweep options. I'll click up on my setup parameters folder. I'll just go back here. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's my 100, that's my setup file there. Go to my data logging rubbers, 100 sims there, so that's where I store the data. Sim log file, there we go. All right, hold on to your hats, here we go. All right, so it's going through, doing all that. And so it's just basically doing our sim run. Let's see where this winds up at. All right, so we've done the sim run. So let's see what happens here. Blah, 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 blah. So it's doing its thing, just as we saw on the virtual PC. So it's leveraging that multiprocessing. And so I'm just going to stop for a bit, and we are going to let it do its thing. Okay, so we're pretty much getting to the end of this. Okay, we'll just let it wrap it up. And there we go. We are all done. So, just to make sure all the sims completed correctly, we will go to our sweeps, and lo and behold, here we go. So I'm just going to go Control A, select all that, delete, because we actually don't need that anymore, because I was more doing that for point of illustration. So what we did was we actually did this a couple of times. Let me just go full screen here. So we actually did this a couple of times to give you guys a detailed breakdown of what happened. The results are absolutely fascinating. First of all, let's take a look at the runtime. So for the virtual PC, and we did this a couple of times. It really depends on the time of day that you're calling it, where that PC is located, etc., etc. So in terms of starting up the virtual PC, that took about a minute. Running ChassisSim for those 100 sims took us about 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Copying the files back took about 2 minutes. The virtual PC shutdown took about a minute. So you're looking at about a total runtime of about 9 minutes. Now, granted, there's probably some optimizations that we can do, particularly on the back end in terms of getting those files back, that you could really tidy up, that could cut down the time even more. But honestly, the big thing that you're not going to be able to get around is terms of starting the virtual PC and shutting it down. There, you're basically in the hands of either Microsoft, AWS, or Google Cloud. Now, running that on my local PC using the current ChassisSim release software took 13 minutes and 25 seconds. Now, I want to say something about how we were doing this on my PC. We were doing it with my emails running, with this recording software going, with God knows what else was in there. So it wasn't as if the PC was totally dedicated to ChassisSim. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that was going on. And I think the first thing this shows you is actually the resonant computing power that you have with ChassisSim. The second bits of our results are even more enlightening. Let's take a look at the cost vis-a-vis what you've got to pay out. So, for this Google Cloud machine, what we did is we used it semi-regularly for about a week. So just pretty much running through those 100 sim cases. We did it a couple of times a day just to make sure that, okay, we wanted to do a bit of a simulation in terms of what you would be looking at. So I think if my memory serves me correctly, we did about 500 sims a day just to make sure that we were kind of in the ballpark. So for that week, that came out to about USD $400. I was also in conversation with other customers who gave that a go, where they really wanted to flog it like a crooked dog, particularly with regards to shaker rig simulations. And that was about the same sort of, they were about the same sort of numbers as well. I think the numbers they were quoting was like USD $700 a month. That USD $400, I kind of did that. I kind of simulated a week of semi-regular use, but I spread it out over a month. So that's where those numbers came from. Now, here's the point that I really, really want to make. And this is why, as of yet, and the operative word is yet, we haven't done this as a proper commercial release yet. What we've just seen here, that could easily be offset by buying a high-performance multi-core desktop. That's powerful, folks. Think about that. My laptop has about, I think it can call up to about 12, 13 cores, something like that. Just imagine what that runtime would look like if you've got a proper dedicated multi-core desktop. That, folks, is why, as of yet, we haven't gone to the cloud roll, because it's purely cost. Because here's the thing, yes, strictly speaking, we can offer you a cloud solution. But here's the thing, that cloud computing cost, we've got to charge you for. So really, you've got a very simple choice. You can either be trendy and say, yes, we're doing all these simulations in the cloud and it's all fantastic and it's all great. Or alternatively, you can go down to your local computer store or a united supplier of good computing goods, build a pretty good desktop for yourself, and pretty much, I mean, rough rules of thumb, if you're spending about USD $3,000, AUD probably about 4 or 5, give or take. Yeah, you've just saved yourself a fortune. That, folks, is why we haven't gone down the cloud route as of yet. And it's interesting, I was having a chat to a colleague of mine earlier this week, and we were talking about this whole thing. And make no mistake, folks, cloud computing in terms of its cost is only going to get worse because of the demands of AI. Because once you start talking AI, and you start talking particularly reverse machine learning, once you start looking at all the backpropagation algorithms, etc., your computing requirement is going to go through the roof. And once the pile-in starts, the cost is going to go up. And here's the thing, and ultimately, we have to on-charge that to you, the customer. So, yeah, as I said, cloud computing sounds really trendy, but to be quite honest, given the resonant power that you've got with ChassisSim, spend a couple of grand on a good computer and you're going to get all the benefits of cloud computing for a fraction of the cost, and that's why we haven't gone down that road yet. And yet is the operative word. So, let's wrap this up. Okay, so ChassisSim does have the ability to be cloud-based. And as we can see in this study, there are certain advantages to it. And there have been some certain potential and optimizations we can do on the cloud end. That being said, the latent performance in ChassisSim is more than enough to bridge the gap, particularly if you're just a little bit judicious in terms of how you purchase your PC and how you configure it. But ultimately, the choice is in your hands. If you want to go trendy, by all means, it's something that we can consider doing. But bear in mind that when it comes to across the cloud computing, we have to on-charge that cost back to you. The choice, ladies and gentlemen, is in your hands. And on that note, that'll do it for this episode, and we will catch you in the next ChassisSim video tutorial.